Hey everybody, so last time we got this data to show up here and that was awesome blossom, but um oh, and next we really need to just add like labels to it and then add like a state management so that we can move toggle from edit to display mode. But right now it's kind of annoying because when you go in here, there's just probably should be a little bit of space around here. So uh, what you the way you generally approach it with these things is you would do like an inspect. Let me pull the inspector into the camera, and you sort of play around with it in there until you can get it to look the way you want. And so basically, like this matte tab body probably should just have a margin or padding. So we're just going to try margin of 10 px. Yep, that's exactly what we want. So woohoo, we know what we want, right? So let's say I can go in, I should be able to go in here and, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work, but I should be able to go into the toolbox, add my style that I want to update, and say margin 10 px. And then, that never works. Um, and that's because Angular, let me see if I can get back to, adds like these sorts of things so that it can so that you can't so that you don't mess up internal styles. But they do have one sort of workaround, and so we could take this, and there's a file called styles. Since I have SCSS, it's a styles.scss, and you can just paste that in there, and that will work. Sometimes you might have to play around with specificity to get it to look right, but anyways, so onwards and upwards, that is behind us. Uh, and let's go back to our camera manager and let's go ahead and just create a table. Or as some people like to say, a table. No, just kidding. I don't know anyone who says that. But, uh, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. So we'll just call this aspect. And we'll go ahead and put this in here. And it's just as simple as that. Then we hit save. And now we have aspect. You typically will right align the labels. Um, it was a little bit more complicated before in the meshes because I had like a list of meshes. Um, but the meshes definitely needs a lot of formatting work. I think the way we want to format that, I'm going to say field of view and then put in parentheses FOV. But I felt like, it would be easier to sort of uh, kind of get a feel for what the far um, get a feel of what like the style should look like in general. If we wait a little longer before we kind of made commitments to styling, um, I'm sure by the time when we circle back around after lights, um, it'll be very, it'll be probably during lights we'll end up coming up with a nicer design, um, or so now I just have to do the X position, the Y position. My parrot is going crazy out over there. That's what that high pitch thing is. High pitch sound. And then she just heard me talking about her, so she stopped. Oh, now she's making nice pretty sounds. Um, and then Z position. And that is just about done. Let's see. So anyways, we probably do need to do a lot more styling on this, but for now, this is good enough. Um, styling becomes more and more obvious and easier to do as you get more and more pieces of the puzzle out there. But let's go ahead and create a button, and we'll just call this edit. And then what's going to happen, and let's say edit camera. Now we want to make this a map button. So let's just see. We need to import our mat button. Let's see if I just say, I think it was mat button module. Oh man, that is sweet. All right. So now I believe we can take we can say this, mat, and then we want it to be a raised button. I believe that's the kind we used over there. And we want the color to be primary. Boom. Okay, and I think that looks like mesh. Yeah, so that's good. And so we need something to kind of keep track of the state of whether we're viewing or not viewing or editing. So let's see. I am going to add something, a variable, a Boolean variable called editing. And I'm going to set that equal to false. And then so I'm just going to make this, let's see, edit camera. So basically, if we are editing, and we use in this thing if editing, and then else. How about this show edit? So if we're in the middle of editing, then we want to just show data. Oh, capital E. There we go. Show edit form. Show raw data. All right, so now when you click it, we just want to toggle whatever it was to the opposite. So I don't know if that makes sense, but whatever it was to the opposite. So we're going to do it on the click event, and it's toggle edit. What it was, and then toggle edit turns nothing. It's just an empty void. And then this dot editing equals the inverse of this dot editing. So we're just going to toggle back and forth whenever you click. Boom, 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 boom. Love it. All right, so now we only want to show this if we're not editing. So let's go ahead and do that. This feels better than the old way, the NGF. I liked the concept of the old way better, because it felt more like HTML inside the template. You know, like if you're in a template, you should be doing HTML. Man, it just feels easier. It's just a better way, better experience. I don't know why. Editing. edit form. Uh-oh, just ran out of time. My alarm is going off. All right, so let me just finish this off and sign off. Edit form, show edit. Probably should put this in a div real quick. So, well, who cares? It doesn't matter because we're going to be putting a form here in a second. So anyways, that is that. We went slightly over, but not too bad. I hope everyone's having an awesome time coding, and bye.